Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this unprecedented debate on the use of cheddar cheese. On my left, we have Ben Shapiro. On my right, we have Jordan Peterson. Ben, could you please start your argument?
Thank you, moderator. Cheddar cheese is a versatile and delicious ingredient that can enhance a wide range of dishes. Its sharp and tangy flavor profile adds depth to everything from macaroni to cheeseburgers. Moreover, cheddar cheese is a rich source of calcium and protein, contributing to a balanced diet.
Well, I appreciate Ben's enthusiasm for cheddar cheese, but I must take the opposing view here. While cheddar cheese can indeed be tasty, we should look at the evidence. It's essential to consider its high saturated fat content and its potential health implications. You know, the overconsumption of such cheese could lead to various health issues, including cardiovascular problems. People think it's just okay to consume dairy because of postmodern food pyramids, but it's like, no, it's just not the case. A postmodern society should be consuming more red meat, like a red meat only diet, not this cheddar cheese and Marxist propaganda. And I think the question we really should be asking is if whether Ben Shapiro should even be consuming cheddar cheese, whether that, fits into his kosher diet or not.
Now, I respect and understand Jordan's concern about health, but moderation is key in any diet. Cheddar cheese, when consumed in reasonable quantities as part of a well-balanced diet, can be enjoyed without causing harm. Plus, its creamy texture and sharp flavor makes it a culinary delight. And to answer your question, Jordan, through my rabbi supervision of all my animals, they are all confirmed kosher. I know this because they're milked right in front of me in my living room.
Well, Ben, I agree that moderation is crucial, but we need to be mindful of the environmental impact of the cheddar cheese production. The dairy industry can have a significant effect on the carbon footprint of the environment, and its sustainability is kind of becoming a pressing concern. We can see from the lobster studies that the meat-only diet is actually superior. People only prefer cheddar cheese because they think they need a variety of flavor in their diet, but, this isn't the case. It's not ratatouille, it's real life.
Sustainability isn't much of an issue, Jordan. It's something, yes, we should address in the cheese industry. However, I think it's mostly propaganda put out by the far left and Antifa. And quite frankly, I find your line of questioning quite anti-Semitic. By supporting responsible and eco-friendly cheese producers, we're supporting communism, socialism, and terrorism. Facts don't care about your feelings.
You're just pulling these random hypotheticals to support your argument because it's not got any factual basis behind it. We know the historical evidence around cheddar cheese, and, quite frankly, you're only saying this because you're losing the debate. Like, how does it feel to just be a little bitch? You're pulling out random things like, Antifa and the far left when we know that it's got absolutely nothing to do with it. That's just controlled opposition to make you think that, cheddar cheese is on your side when really it's what's causing you to have a heart attack.
All right, Jordan, I've had enough of your attitude. I'm ending this debate now before I say something that'll make you cry. Don't try and call me a little bitch when everyone's lusting over your daughter.
Well, you can talk about my daughter, Ben, but what about, your sister? Like, everyone, she's got some pretty big bazungas, and, the internet doesn't mind talking about them. She looks like a stripper dressing up as a 1950s housewife for Halloween with her postmodern-sized breasts. What you gonna say about that,
All right, Jordan Peterson, you have crossed the line. We are ending this debate now. Never talk about my sister's beautiful massive breasts ever again. That's frankly anti-Semitic, and I will not stand for it. Goodbye.
Oh, and look at that, he's stormed out the room. Well, it's another one for the J-bomb. Harvard, let's go.